Good morning, Tuesday, May 19th. Man, oh man, it was yesterday one of the most frustrating days I've ever been a part of. I mean, not really. We have these days every single year, every single season. Not like this is new. But I'll tell you what, it's kind of the worst feeling ever is when there's a ton of home runs on the day, but it's a bunch of people that like you would have never, ever taken for homers. You know what I'm talking about? Like, there was good volume. There was 25 different players that are playing today hit a homer yesterday. Oh, sorry, 30. 25 playing today, 5 that aren't playing today. 30 players that are different players hit a homer. But a lot of randoms. Like Junior, sure, I could have seen you taking Junior. We talked about him yesterday a little bit. Yelich, once he got slotted into the lineup, he was massive EV. He looked great. I could see that. J-Rod, okay, that's a normal name too. But like Nito, maybe, but he barely hits homers. Bryson's thought that was a good EV play. Josh Bell hasn't done anything in 20 years. Sal Stewart, okay, that's a big name. J-Ram, it's a big name, but then it's a huge drop-off. Jazz, you weren't taking him against a lefty, so you got lucky against a bullpen. Bo Bichette has done nothing all year. Justin Foscue, I bet 90% of y'all don't even know who that is. Adley Rutschman, bane of my existence. Brett Beatty, we did talk about him. Alec Bohm, we took him. That's one we got. Cody Bellinger, against a lefty, he looked all right actually yesterday, but still probably wasn't going to take him, and he got after the bullpen. Contreras, Willie Adames, first home run in 123 at-bats. Matt Vierling, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. And Duhar against Yamamoto, never would have taken that. Dansby Swanson, never would have taken him. Arenado, I know a lot of people liked Arenado, so I'm not too shocked. Xavier Edwards, I memed this yesterday on stream. I was like, he looks really good, but he doesn't hit home runs. Why would I take him? Guy hits a home run. Gabby Moreno, I think some of y'all took him. Ernie, we took him. Tristan Peters, never would have taken him. Cole Emerson, never would have taken him. George Springer, iffy. Jake Bowers on a lefty. Lefty on lefty for Bowers. He has no power versus lefties, but he did yesterday. Sanoja, no one was taking him. And then Goldschmidt, maybe. But just a lot of randos in here. Like, a lot of randos. The only, like, real chalk name that hit yesterday was Caminero. Outside of him, I mean, maybe you could argue Sal Stewart's chalk, but he's been pretty bad for a couple weeks. Other than that, yeah, that's the only, like, kind of consistent home run hitter that did anything yesterday. So, it's good news and bad news. The bad news is, yeah, you didn't really hit on anybody, except for maybe Bohm and Clement. That's the only two I hit. The good news is there's a lot of homers happening. So, the weather's starting to heat up. The weather is starting to heat up. Okay. We have some new features, some very cool new features. Populate your watch lists. Why? Well, my watch list is empty right now. Multiple reasons. You can make bet slips from your watch list, which is cool. But use it as a tracking device, too. We have a trending tabs. Now, this is showing across all the users across the site who are the most added players to watch lists. So if you're like, let me just kind of crowdsource who everybody seems to be liking today, if you want to just get an idea where people are, you see the number one added player today is Bryce Harper. You can see people are trending within the last hour. So maybe like a guy gets slotted into a lineup, there's a pitching change, whatever. You can see people that are getting kind of trending up in the last hour. You can see the live feed of who's getting starred in real time. It's like just now someone starred Michael Conforto. Who was that? Anybody in the chat? And then we have a tracking tab. Obviously, it's going to show your ROI, which is going to be negative because yesterday was terrible. It's only 1 day of data. But let this build for like 30 days, and you'll get a really good snapshot. You can look at yesterday. You can see all your picks from yesterday. This was my watch list yesterday. I had these two guys that hit. Everybody else missed. Then you'll have an over 7-day time frame, a 14-day, a 30-day, a 90-day, and it'll be able to track. Right now, it's just for home runs. I'm trying to figure out how we can maybe do it for other props. It's hard because we only have odds for home runs, so we wouldn't be able to calculate ROI. On top of that, too, I don't want to add in a lot of extra work for you guys. Like if we were like, I don't know, maybe you want to track one guy for home runs, one guy for hits, one guy for total bases. That just becomes really complex for users. Right now, it's just home runs. And then trends will unlock at 200 picks. So this is going to be a super useful feature for all of us. Once you get to 200 picks, and don't spam. Like, make these real picks. Like, don't just spam 60 guys today to unlock the trends, because then your trends won't actually be worth a damn. Do this, like, make picks, like, watch list guys like that you legitimately like the reads on, and let it just build to 200. Once you get to 200, maybe after a week or so, you'll start to get trends that show what's working and what's not working. So it'll be like, guys with these specific tags are hitting more than your normal hit rate. Like maybe you should prioritize those tags. Or guys with these tags are actually not doing well for you. Maybe you can deprioritize the tag. Or certain do factors, like guys who are 4 out of 6 do are hitting often for you, or 5 out of 6 do are doing really well for you. Guys on certain streaks, like hot bats, it'll say like, guys who have the barrels in the last, 5 barrels in a row or whatever it is, 6 game hit streaks, whatever. It'll tell you all those trends. So let this build and it'll give you actual actionable data that you can work off of to make better picks, which I think is awesome. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing this. Nobody's doing this. So utilize your watch lists and make it real. Almost like it's your app. Like take the picks that you're taking and put them in your watch list. But you got to make sure, this is very important, they have to be in your watch list before their game starts. You cannot add people after their game starts. Because then people just cheat the system and they'll be like, oh, this guy just hit a home run. Let me just quickly add him to my watch list so my stats look really good. Can't get away with that. It won't work. Your watch list locks at first pitch. Well, the players lock at first pitch. You can add guys later in the day. Like if, say there's like a 10 p.m. game and it's like 9:30 and you add Shohei to your watch list because he plays at 10, he'll count still. He'll count. So each individual player locks before the first pitch. Yeah, utilize this because it's going to give you actionable insights into what picks are working and what you can look for on the site to make better picks. And you'll get bigger time frames, which will have more data, which will give you better insights. Like a 7-day time frame, maybe it's a really cold week in the MLB or you had a cold week, it might not be as helpful, but on a 90-day time frame, trends will be insane. And then we have 2 different types of ROI. It's going to show you the ROI if you put, $1 flat on every player on your watch list, and it's going to show you the Kelly ROI, which is only based off of plus EV picks. So this will show you kind of some more information about all of that. So, yeah. So this is going to give you a ton of actionable insights to then go on the site and say, okay, I'm doing really well with the night owl tag. I'm going to go search for guys who have the night owl tag. Boom. Like imagine that. Think about this in like 30 days, right? If you're on a weekly subscription, go cancel it and upgrade to a monthly. If you're on a monthly, you might as well just go get the 6 month or the 3 month, honestly, or the yearly. Yeah, because the more data that you're going to have in the system, the more actionable insight it'll give you, and the rest of the season is going to be amazing. So, also now we do have new tags. I'll show you the players that are trending too on that watch list tab. So Murakami is the number 3 trending player, so you can just kind of get a quick glimpse and see who people like too. Like if you aren't, I know a lot of y'all are independent, right? Like you don't have to look at that. You don't have to take this with anything. This is just what other people like. But a lot of you also want help and want community ideas. Well, this is a good way where you don't have to be in a chat. It'll just show you who everyone else likes. Boom. You can click on it. It'll take you right to the trending page. So. Also, it hasn't updated yet. I don't know why Murakami's 6. It says he's 3. I'll fix it. It's day 1. It's day 1 of this being out. So yeah. I wonder if it runs when the projection. I'll have to think about how that trending tag works in real time. But let's get into the breakdown. So, good news is there's a lot of homers happening. The weather is hot. As I mentioned, the weather is hot, which means more homers. So we're kind of cooking there. It's only a matter of time. You can't look at this from a 1-day sample size. You can't look at yesterday and be like, yesterday sucked, therefore MLB sucks, right? No, yesterday was great. It just wasn't our guys that hit. It was just kind of randoms. So today could also be great, and maybe today it is our guys. Also, the other problem with yesterday, a lot of guys were hitting home runs off the bullpen. And as you know, when you're taking players for home runs, 90%, actually 100% of the time, you should be doing it based on the starting pitcher matchup. Because you don't know who's coming in from the bullpen. You could try to guess, but there's no guarantees a certain pitcher is going to face a certain batter once the bullpen's in. The guys who are hitting home runs off the bullpen, that's just, realistically, that's luck. That's the cherry on top. That's just kind of good karma, I guess, If they don't hit their home run against the starting pitcher, well, at that point, you're kind of in the fate of the MLB gods, that the right pitcher comes in from the bullpen or something happens for you. So that was the other thing with yesterday is a lot of those guys hit home runs off the bullpen, which is completely unpredictable. which is why you saw a bunch of guys who probably didn't look that good on the site hitting home runs because they were hitting home runs off of guys that we weren't matching them up against. So, yeah, JJ Bleday, unfortunate, but he is definitely due for a regression. He's definitely due for a regression. Like I said, he's on pace for 55 homers or whatever it was. He's not going to hit 55 homers this year. So he's got to cool off at some point. Also, shout out Andrew Painter. He didn't give up anything. Andrew Painter went crazy yesterday. Good weather, good weather, good weather. Good weather, good weather, good... A little bit of drizzle. Cold game in Minnesota. Okay, so that one stinks. Kansas City also cold. Not a great one there. It's decent. Also, I told y'all yesterday about this game. I told y'all yesterday about Milwaukee and Chicago that those odds, there was no damn way I was taking Ian Happ at plus 300, Michael Busch at whatever he was, plus 320, and all those guys, right? They overplayed how much the wind was going to impact it, and they just taxed everybody. Yeah, there were a couple of homers. It was Yelich, who had good odds, Bowers, who probably had good odds too, and Dansby Swanson. So, it's not like it was... Yeah. Whenever I see those games at Wrigley where everyone's like plus 250, plus 300, I try to tell y'all like there's not going to be that many homers from like those big names, or they're not worth the price, I should say. We expected 3 homers in the game, but not a lot of those guys were worth their value, and they proved that yesterday. Good weather in Los Angeles, bad weather in Colorado, a little bit of overcast too. Nothing crazy in St. Louis. Roof closed here. San Diego's fine. Arizona, nice and warm. So we got a lot of warm games today. Should be decent. He'd happily put one ball in play. Exactly. Well, exactly. But I mean, that's kind of the point. Is like, if a guy like Ian Happ, who's normally a plus 420, plus 450, his home run rate's about what? 10%, not even 8%. There's no reason he should be sitting at plus 300. Like, he's sitting at Schwarber and Judge odds. You know what I mean? Just because there's a little bit of wind? Hell no. They tax y'all on those wind games. We got a weird one here. 4:10. All the other games start at like 7 p.m. We got a random-ass game that's going to be done before all the other games start. I hate that. I absolutely, with a burning passion, hate this when they do that. Shit pisses me off. Because if you take a player in this game and he doesn't hit a homer, your slip's dead before the other game even starts. So I absolutely hate this. Also, we have Braxton Garrett pitching. So Braxton Garrett's going to probably throw everything for a bit of a wrench here because he's pitched in the last 2 years 1.1 innings with a 33.75 ERA, 24.6 strikeouts per 9, and 41 walks per 9. He has a 38.5 walk rate, 38.5% walk rate, a 23% strikeout rate. Like, this guy's numbers are all messed up. His Arsenal's pitch mix, -9 runs on the sinker, -6 runs on the slider, -2 on the cutter, and about even on the four seam. But just everything's messed up. How's he employed? He was hurt all of last year. That was his first game back. Usually when guys come back from like Tommy John, yeah, they stink right away, right? So they're just trying to get him back into form. He's just coming back from an injury. Arm injury, which is the worst for a pitcher. But yeah, his stuff is all messed up. So you're going to see a lot of really high pitch mixes because of that, as you can see here. Makes it very difficult. To take any of this kind of seriously. Not Siri. Seriously. So, look, I still like Baldwin. I don't think he's this much positive EV, but at plus 550, I still do like Drake Baldwin. And here's why. Let's look at the mix versus hand versus lefty. Slider, sinker. It's all he's really thrown, actually. Holy cows. Only ball that's been put in play is a slider. So we're not gonna really be able to rely on the data side of this. Like, he didn't even have a frequency right down the middle. That's it. Like, he didn't even have enough balls in play in the strike zone to count. So we can't really look at Braxton Garrett here, but what we can do is we can look at his splits versus lefties. Drake Baldwin mashes lefties, he mashes day games, and he mashes on the road. So like, if you just take away the pitcher here, and you just look at kind of the profile, Drake Baldwin looks really good. His numbers versus lefties are insane. 1,000 OPS, 7 homers, 342 average. And day games, 1,1100 OPS, 3 homers. Like, Drake Baldwin, he's in a good spot today for sure, regardless of the data or the lack thereof data. So he is cooling. He doesn't have a great home run due indicator. It's because his drought's not there yet. His launch angle's close though. HR friendly pitcher, we don't have anything because he hasn't pitched. The ballpark is not helping today, but I do think Drake Baldwin is a decent option in this game. Probably the only one that I would even really consider. We can look at like how's Austin Riley versus lefties. He's okay. Only 1 homer though. Day games he's pretty bad. So, then Matt Olson versus lefties, 4 homers, 10 on righties. So he's a little bit better versus righties than lefties. Really, it's Drake Baldwin here, I think. Yeah. And Martin Perez, 4 homers in 5 games, 1 per 9. Let's see. Lefties have gotten after him a little bit. Fly ball's higher. Hard hit rate's better versus righties, though. Changeup cutter versus righties, and then versus lefties, sinker, changeup cutter. Who are the right-handed batters on this team, even? Morel? Yeah, against this pitch mix, nobody's really doing too much. Xavier Edwards, which is kind of funny because he's not a home run hitter. Connor Norby also. Albies is batting 870 versus Garrett. I don't put much into that. How old is that data? And Braxton Garrett hasn't pitched in like 2 years, so both of these guys, I mean, we don't even know what Braxton Garrett looks like now after that injury. And Ozzy Albies is a different player from a long time ago. So BVP, I'm not a big fan of it. Especially in this situation where there's a guy who's been out for so long that I don't even, like, maybe he's developed some new pitches or maybe he got rid of some pitches. You don't even know. We don't know what his velocity is going to look like or what there's just, it's such a different matchup today than the last time he faced Garrett. Yeah. Let's look at just versus lefty. Sinker, changeup, cutter. Marcy with a good ISO. Only one that's hit a homer as a lefty on these is him. And that's a lefty on lefty matchup, and so is Marcy's a lefty on lefty matchup as well. Versus lefties, Marcy is not great. I mean, he's a little bit of a higher OPS, though. Yeah. I think pairing the fact Marlins just aren't a huge home run team, although they've been doing pretty well recently. Pair it with the fact that this is like a random-ass day game. I think I'm probably just going to take Drake Baldwin as a straight and just leave that game alone. I don't want this to mess up the rest of the card. Let's see. Bradish versus Griffin Jacks. Interesting. 5 and 9, 0.96, 1.17, 3 and 4. Both are considered ground ball pitchers. 53% ground ball rate for Bradish, 54% for Jacks. Let's see. Righties is the 4-seam, lefty. So both of these are the 4-seam, honestly. And the sweeper, I guess, has been hit a little bit too. See ground ball rates. So Rutschman, really high ground ball rate against that pitch mix. Everybody else looks pretty good, actually. Although Rutschman, yeah, he's getting a little bit better. Pete Alonso with like an insanely high fly ball rate against this pitch mix. Especially over the last 10. Yeah, Pete Alonso over the last 10 looks pretty good. 0 ground balls in the last 5. Last 20, it's a little higher. Interesting, okay. Problem is his odds aren't great. But Pete Alonso is interesting with the pitch mix. Taylor Ward, I can't do it. I can't do Taylor Ward. I can't do Taylor Ward. Yeah, he just his log is terrible. Look at that. Last 50 balls in play, nothing. Not even a single barrel. Hasn't had a barrel since April 20th. Hasn't had a home run since April 19th. It's a month. A month ago. I can't do Taylor Ward. So it's really, the four seam and the sweeper. So adjust the four seam. Pete Alonso's the best. 2 homers against it. Add in the sweeper. Yeah, Pete Alonso's the best looking one here for sure. Zone Master too, 5.6 out of 10. Okay, he's got a couple zones that match. He's 3 out of 6 on the do factor. Night Owl too. Yeah, Pete's all right. I just don't love the price on him, if I'm being honest. But someone said Basayo. He's got 1 homer on this mix. Good exit velocity, good bat speed. Fly ball's a little low. He does have 3 zones, but it's only a 1.0 out of 10 rating. So the rating actually looks at the family, right? So like this is the overall hitting and this is the overall pitching. So all the pitches included mixed with all of the balls in play. But if you go by actual just the pitches, like the four seamer, okay, so he's got 1 zone that matches there. If we go by just the sweeper, nothing. Not a whole lot. Cutter sinker there. If you add in all the fastballs, it looks decent. But it's still near a 1. Which means there's not too much of an edge on the zone. But it's not terrible. He likes it right down the middle, though, clearly. You can get one right down the middle. Problem is, Griffin Jax, like I said, big ground ball pitcher. His 2 hottest zones are down. And those are not very good for Basayo. So. I had to unfollow the MLB near home run page. Yeah, I don't look at that. That just pisses me off, too. I see so many people that I like that are like, oh, near flyout, homer in 15 of 30 ballparks. It's like, okay. Gunner's only match is right down the middle. 2 out of 6. Night games, he's not too good. He's actually pretty. He has a lot of homers in night games, but he's kind of boom or bust at night. So it looks like to me. Pitch mix is okay. He did have a homer there against the Nats. That's about it in the last 15 games. He's struggling pretty bad. Outside of that 1 home run, that's kind of saving everything else here. Everything else looks pretty brutal. Versus just the 4-seamer Gunner. 1 homer on a 4-seamer against a righty, so he's done it once. Fly ball looks good. He's okay. I just don't think he's got good enough odds to. Yeah, Griffin Jax has not given up a homer since April 21st. It's been a month since Griffin Jax made up a homer or gave up a homer. So, that's why you see some of these guys on my site have bad odds. Contrary to popular belief. What are the odds you look for? Whatever I say right here. Fair odds. Like Pete Alonso, I'd want to get him like, I don't know, I'd even say like plus 550 would be okay, but around 600. Kobe Mayo's honestly one of the better options here. Like this isn't too bad. Plus 760. Not terrible though. But let's look at, let's see what he's been doing. Not really much against a 4-seamer. Yikes. How about against a sweeper? Nothing against a sweeper. These are the 2 most frequent pitches he's going to see, and Kobe has not really done anything against him at all. Sinker, I guess you see a lot too. He has nothing down in that zone, and that's the number 1 zone. So, yeah. His price is okay. His price is okay, but actually I want to look at his splits. Let's check out his splits. Versus right-handed pitching. He's a lot better versus lefties. Look at that OPS. 455 OPS versus righties versus an 879 versus lefties. So yeah, I'm probably not gonna be taking Kobe today. You can use the site for anything, Ghost. K projections are right here. 5.77. You can see his rank, so 29th out of 30th. Very tough strikeout matchup. See all of his stats. His arsenal. Recent form. Yeah, you can see every stat. I just look at homers because that's what most of the chat wants. But yeah, you can see all of it. Season stats. You can see his strikeout rate. How he throws pitches to certain hands. All that. Tags, I'll even say it. He's got an above average whiff rate. 25.2 strikeouts percent. Yeah. And then also there's a whole leaderboard for pitchers. All the different pitcher stats. Strikeouts, strikeout matchup. You name it. And same with batters. You got everything. We just focus on home runs, but you can do everything. Tampa Bay. First four are all good. I mean, okay, I'm not taking Chandler Simpson for a homer, but Caminero looks good today, and so does Yandy. So does Jonathan Aranda. They all look pretty good. They all look pretty good. Let's see. So righties haven't done a ton. Lefties. Not a lot of ISO against the lefties either. A lot of hard hit balls, though. 40% on both sides. Fly ball rate's just so low. He's just such a good ground ball pitcher. That's the problem. I guess we can look at the whole pitch mix here. Aranda does look good. I see what y'all see. 8.3 balls in play per homer against this pitch mix. Look at the zones. 2.0 out of 10. Okay. Aranda really likes it. Okay. Four seam sinker is the two most. He sees all of them. Let's look at just the four seam. Okay, he likes it kind of up. He gets it up there a little bit. Sinker is going to be low. Wow, he actually keeps his sinker elevated. That's interesting. He's got no data there. Slider, not really good against the slider. That's not the pitch he wants to see. Curveball, right down the middle. He's not good low in the zone. So yeah, you can see why it's a 2 out of 10. Yeah, I don't know. Aranda's fair value. This looks good, obviously. But his pitch mix 6.8. Yeah, he's okay. Aranda's okay. Caminero, like we said, Bradish hasn't really been giving up homers to righties, but it is Caminero. Heavy sinker slider versus the righties. So let's look at sinker. Yeah, that zone matches there pretty well. Slider, not really too much here. He's actually pretty bad down there. He's pretty bad against a slider. What's his rating against sliders? Yeah, oh god, he's terrible against sliders. Ooh-wee. Yeah, Junior's really bad against a slider. Good against a sinker, though. Good against a sinker. Junior's, he's okay. Aranda at plus 800 is a lot better. If you're going to take him, I would take him at plus 800. On Kalshi, use code RUDE. You get a free $10. Sign up for Kalshi, code RUDE. Free $10. And, yeah, plus 800 is a lot better of a look than... plus 700. Yeah, Caminero's fine. And then so is Yandy. He's fine too. Ooh, not great against a sinker. Slider he's pretty good against, though. Slider does a lot of work on the hot zones. Yeah, he can hit that. Sinker's a little tough, though. At least for ISO. So, yeah, Yandi's okay. I don't think I'm going to watch list them, but I think Caminero and Yandi and Aranda, they're all okay. But Bradish, once again, 0-0, 2-1-1, 0-0-0. You know, he's not a lock for giving up homers. Yeah, Dinger Tuesday has been kind of a scam for a long time. Not a real thing. Cincinnati and Philly. Chase Burns, Jesus Luzardo. Luzardo's struggling. Interesting. 5 homers in 9, 6 and 9. Homers to lefties. Not really doing much against righties, but he's doing a lot to lefties. Luzardo, that 4-seamer against righties, kind of the only thing that's been getting hit. Versus lefties, it's the sweeper. All right, righties. So we're looking at Matt McClain. No. Sal Stewart looks pretty dang good, but only 4 balls in play. And Steer as well looks pretty good, but also small sample size. That in the sweeper, and look at the lefties here. Well, Ellie's actually hitting as a righty. Ellie looks pretty damn good. Sweeper, we look at lefties here. Yeah, they're probably not even playing them. Really, you're just looking at right-handed batters here against a 4-seamer. It's Ellie. Sal Stewart's not bad either. Same with Spencer Steer, actually. All 3 of the righties look pretty solid. Let's look at the odds. Ellie, they're all negative EV. Sal Stewart's odds are juiced to the moon. Spencer Steer's odds are okay, not great. Might just do a hits, runs, RBIs on Ellie. Blade, no. Not today for Blade for me. Not lefty on lefty. I don't like Blade's splits. Versus lefties, pretty garbage. Actually, really bad. Look at the difference. That's such a drastic difference. It's not even funny. 649 OPS versus lefties, 1,000, 1,200 OPS versus righties. He's twice as good. He's twice as bad versus lefties. Yeah, it is insane. Ellie leads his team versus lefties. He was terrible last year against him. That's why the model honestly still hasn't really caught up to that yet. I like Ellie versus lefties. I think Ellie's actually not bad today. I don't think I hate Ellie. Really just want to see that 4-seamer. He likes to put it on the inside of the plate here, though. That's the problem. That 4-seamer versus righties goes pretty heavy on the inside of the plate. Like all inside of the plate, actually. What about the changeup? Yeah, Ellie's not good against changeup. Okay. Ellie's price here makes sense. I think Ellie's a hits, runs, RBIs guy today. I can't lie. Oh my God, the weather's so nice here though. 90 degrees. You got to take somebody in this game. You have to. You absolutely have to. Let's see about Sal. How's he look on the inside of the plate? 4-seamers? Nothing. Damn it. Spencer Steer? Nothing. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe the Phillies will give us better. Yeah, Bryce Harper looks good. Schwarber's not bad either. Schwarber's the exact same spot he was at yesterday. Check Matt McClain. He makes a nice little field goal post. Looks like a field goal. But it's all blue. Yeah. Man, everybody likes Matt McClain today. Damn. Everybody likes Matt McClain. I mean, you can look at it right here. The only pitch that Jesus Luzardo has a negative run above value on is the four seam. All of his other pitches are good. One run above is good. 2 runs is elite. So he's elite with his changeup. He's almost, he's really good against or with a sinker, and he's got a pretty damn good sweeper. So it's really the four seamer is the only kind of pitch that seems to be targetable today for Jesus Luzardo. If you want to find guys, like I said, that are good against a four seamer with lefties, I mean, we can look at all. Let's look at guys who are good against four seamers in general. McLean's got 1 homer on it. Ellie's got 1. Will has 2. Spencer Steer has the most. Spencer Steer hits the four seamer the best, but when you say just lefties, yeah, it's Sal and Spencer. Or actually, it's Ellie who's the best. He's got 4 homers. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I probably will maybe throw Ellie De La Cruz 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs on like a veggies play, or Ellie for a hit on a veggies play. I do like Ellie from that perspective, but I don't know. Tough. Now there's a lot of good options over here. Righties actually have not done anything against Chase Burns, but lefties have done a lot. Four seam slider, changeup, all of them. Let's start with just the four seam. Bryce Harper is disgusting against the four seam. So is Schwarber, but Bryce Harper's better. Bryce Harper is disgusting against the four seam. Just the slider here, Schwarber. Okay. Just the changeup, Schwarber. So Schwarber is good against all of them. He's the best against all of them. Harper looks damn good. Stott looks pretty good too, though. Oh boy. Boy. I'm going to star Harper. I like the 10 out of 10 on the pitch mix. Let's go look at the zones. 5.8. Pretty good. Pretty damn good. Four seamer. Yeah, he lights it up. He lights up the four seamers. Changeup, not so much. Slider, it's okay. But it's really that four. If Bryce Harper's hitting a homer, you want it off the four seamer. That's what you want. Look at the pitch mix rating. Four seamer, he's crazy. Slider, it's pretty skewed. I don't think he has enough balls in play against the slider for it to qualify, so it's not really affecting his pitch mix. Changeup, though, pretty good, too. That changeup's terrible. Only 6% of the time he throws it. It's really four-seam slider is all he's going to throw. That's all you want to see. Yeah, I like Harper today. I really do. Splits look good versus righties. Way better. Insanely good versus righties. Night games, he's good. Home, he's good. Recent form, yeah, he's homer, none. Could hit another one today. I like Harper today. I do. Schwarber, 7.6. He's got a really strong zone rating here. Holy shit. Four seam that matches. Slider. Got 2 that match. Yeah, Schwarber looks pretty good today, too. They both look good. Alec Boehm, he hit one yesterday. I don't know that I would go back in on him today. I don't know. A lot of people have been doing back-to-backs, if we're being honest. It's been pretty common in the MLB to see some back-to-backs. Yeah, Boehm just doesn't really move it for me. Most of his homers come against left-handed pitching anyway. And then Stott. Yeah, Stott's got some good zones here too. Only a 2.2 on the rating. Four-seamer. Nothing really. Slider. Nothing really. Combine them, though. It's okay. Well, what was his splits? I think he has reverse splits. Yeah. He's actually a lot better versus lefties. He's got more homers versus righties, but... Are you talking about Hundo when Burns was pitching, tipping? Yeah. Stott's an interesting long shot. But I think I'm just going to keep it simple. Schwarber, Harper, I think those are the two I'm going to watch. Pretty good game. Yeah, I think Burns is a good pitcher too. That's why I want to rely on two guys who are really good at hitting a four-seamer, which is Schwarber and Harper. Call it a day there. Guardians, Tigers. Messick versus Montero. Messick's good, man. Yeah, Messick only has one bad game. If you take away this game, Messick is like unhittable. And every pitcher's gonna have one bad game. You know what I mean? I think it's a large enough sample size to say this is a huge outlier. We also have a Night Owl tag. He's way better in night games. Same with Montero. This might not be a good one. Chase DeLauder. Okay, let's see what the mix is versus righties and versus lefties. Home runs a lot more to lefties than righties, so we probably only want to target lefties on the four seam and the knuckle curve. Let's do just four seam for now. DeLauder, okay, pretty good. Knuckle curve, you throw that in there. Does anybody change? Not really. Schneemann looks pretty good too, actually. Problem is Schneemann's got a pretty bad price. When's the last time Schneemann did anything? WNBA Sim nice so far? Good. I haven't really dove into it yet. Yeah, Schneemann has not done anything. Holy smokes. Yeah, I'll stay away from him. Last 15 games. Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. 0 homers, 451 OPS. Yikes. When's the last time he did anything? 427. Yeah, he was good back then. Look at this. 4 games home. Oh, look, that's a pretty good pattern. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. Oh, he's got 2 zones. Look at the four seam. Maybe today Schneemann gets back in form. Maybe. But I generally don't like to take cold bats. I don't. I just do not like to take cold bats. He's way overdue. He's also better against lefties. That's interesting. DeLauder. Bass bedtime. Okay. Yeah, not that good in night games. Damn. Zones here, four seamer. Yeah, he's pretty good at up in the zone, actually. I don't mind DeLauder. I'm gonna put him on there for now. I think you get at a minimum, you get a really good price on DeLauder. You do. Tigers against Messick. I'm just not going to target Messick. I think that one game was an outlier. Cold bats do turn into hot bats. I agree. I'd rather wait till it gets a little hot and then I'll take it. Like if Schneemann had like any sort of positive data, even not a home run, but even if he had like any sort of positive data here, I'd be like pretty cool with it. Like what's he done against a four seamer recently? Nothing. Yeah, he's got these 2 home runs in April. Outside of that, a barrel on the 9th, that's 10 days ago, and then nothing. So, yeah. He could turn hot today, though. I wouldn't be shocked if Schneemann did something today. I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to stay on the sidelines. And then I'm going to stay on the sidelines for the Tigers, too. Messick's too good. Parker Messick is way too good. I don't want to mess with all that. There's not really any reason to. If someone hits a home run off Parker Messick, you tip your hat, you say, good job, brother. It's impressive. You know what I'm saying? All right. What's so crazy? Some people with the worst stats being home runs. Well, that's just how it goes, though. Like, they don't hit a home run every day. The only time you notice them is the one game they do hit a home run. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think about those players every other game when they don't do anything. Like, every single player in the MLB is going to hit a home run. You know what I mean? Even the guys with the worst stats, he's going to hit one throughout the year. You notice it when it happens. You're like, damn, he had bad stats. How do you hit a home run? It's like, well, he was gonna eventually. But if you look at him every other day of the year when he doesn't hit one, you're like, okay, it makes sense. But on any given day, you'll be able to pick out somebody you're like, wow, how do you hit a home run? Well, it's because every MLB player is gonna do it eventually. You just only notice it when it happens. Ooh. Nolan McLean. Guy scares me, man. Yikes. I don't know. Tatis might not. Okay. Chill. I saw a crazy stat. Fernando Tatis has a higher average exit velocity than Kyle Schwarber this year. Do I need to say it again? Tatis has a higher average exit velocity over his 50 hardest hit balls than Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber has like 16 homers and Tatis has 0. He's got no launch angle. If Tatis had even like a decent launch angle, he'd have like, I don't know, 12 homers at least. Schwarber has 20 homers, whatever it is. Yeah, I don't know, but still. That's crazy. The guy cannot hit a launch angle. Save his life. That dude's hands have to be like vibrating the whole game. You ever hit a ball that's not on the barrel of a bat, but you hit it really hard? The whole bat vibrates and you're like, fuck. That's him the whole game. He's not hitting the sweet spot. But he's hitting it hard as hell. Yeah, McLean scares me. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I know Bana, a lot of people say, like, I fear no pitcher. I fear pitchers. McLean's one of them. God damn, that sinker is so good. 3 runs above average on the sinker. Holy shit. Curveball's good too. Fastball's solid. His sweeper and cutter are the only two that he sucks at. Damn. Okay, so Foster's been getting hit a little bit. Foster Griffin's been getting hit a little bit. 1.4 on the... Yeah. Foster Griffin's hittable for sure. All right, let's just start here. Foster Griffin versus righties. Cutter 4-seam versus lefties. Cutter 4-seam, and you just add in the curveball. Let's just look at cutter 4-seam. Bo. Hello, Bo. I'm not doing it. What am I talking about? Yeah, Bo. Pitch mix is bad. He hit a homer yesterday. He's another back-to-back candidate here. This is what I'm talking about, where like cold bats turn into hot bats. Someone said that in the chat. Bo might be a cold bats turn into hot bats guy. 2 barrels in the last 3 games. Okay. Median gap, though, for the drought score is 55. He's not going to hit the drought score for like a month. Versus lefties, he's a little bit better than versus righties. He's just been so bad on the year that it doesn't really matter. Better not take no damn Bo Bichette. Bro. I'm just looking. Hey, yo, shout out BetMGM, by the way. Shout out BetMGM. What a sharp price throwing Bo Bichette at $4.50 because you don't know how to make lines and you're afraid of people taking home run plays. Shout out BetMGM. If anybody takes Bo Bichette at plus 450 on MGM, just please delete the app. How is drought score calculated? The median number of balls in play they put between homers. Right now, Bo Bichette goes 55 balls in play on average between home runs. So that's how you get the drought. Once it's above that, we say he's put in 56 balls in play with no home run. Now he's in a drought. Bruce Beef with BetMGM has got to be my new favorite category of the stream. I mean, it's just like it doesn't really have a reason to piss me off because like okay, I just don't take the play on MGM. Like it's that simple. You know what I mean? It's like I just don't have to take it. But it also just pisses me off. It's the principle. It's like they're so lazy that they're just gonna like it's a scam is what it is. That's what bothers me. Is it's a scam. They're just scamming people. That's what bothers me with it. Look at it. Vientos 325. Like, come on, bro. They're so lazy. 550 for Carson Bench. $550, brother. $550 for Austin Slater. Honestly, Austin Slater at 980 on FanDuel is a good line. But AJ, I'll tell you right now, my model is overpricing AJ Ewing 100% because he's a small sample size guy. They're putting him at plus 600. They're beating my model, which is already probably mispriced for AJ Ewing with a small sample size at plus 658. They're stacking him at 600. Might be for them, GM, bro. I need to contact them and be like, guys, please, for the love of God, give us something to work with here. Anyways, Boba looks fine. Vientos looks fine. Bench looks interesting, too, as a long shot. Couple long shots here on the Mets. Slater, Bench, and Vientos. Well, Vientos isn't a long shot, but Slater and Bench look like the two rookies. Pique my interest. But Vientos would be the play here if I was going to take somebody. Boba might turn into a hot bat, but Vientos is really where I'm interested. Yeah, very good versus lefties. I like that. Bench for an RBI for sure. Yeah. I'm interested in Vientos. I'm not sure yet, though. Against McLean, I'm afraid of McLean. I'm gonna say it right now. I know you guys kept saying CJ Abrams in the chat earlier. I'm afraid of him. I'm afraid of McLean. Like, plain and simple. I'm afraid of him. I'm afraid of him. I know he's got good zones. They look good. But his four seam and his sinker are disgusting. I don't know, man. CJ sent it on Paul. I know, but he's good against a four seamer. Beats him pretty good on that. He beats him on a lot of these pitches, too. He beats him on a lot of these pitches. I just think McLean's going to spam sinkers, though. Like, look at this. If I was the pitching coach, like, this is the stuff they look at. You know what I mean? Before the game, they're game planning all the batters, right? With the catcher and all that stuff. They're looking at, okay, what's CJ Abrams when he comes up to hit? What's he good at? What's he bad at? Okay, he's bad at sinkers. You got a really good sinker. He's really good at four seamers. Let's just spam sinkers. I think they're just going to spam this sinker. I don't know. I would just spam it the whole time. Only need one to hang. Yeah, you're right. You only need one to hang, but I don't know if I'm taking it at plus 490. Against McLean? CJ Abrams doesn't even get a 490 line against like Zach Littell. Well, that's on his own team, but you know what I'm saying? This is CJ Abrams' normal line against bad pitchers. Yeah, I'm too scared. Y'all do what you want. I'm afraid of him. Dylan, damn, another ace. Dylan Cease, Will Warren. Okay, well, Will Warren's left. Okay. Is he only giving up one home run the year? Someone tell me what I'm supposed to do with that. Will Warren lefty is vulnerable. Four-seam sweeper. Versus righties, it's four-seam. So the four-seam we can keep on. Okamoto. We want to target lefties mainly, though. Dalton. Andres Jimenez, a sneaky 10.3 balls in play per homer down there, too. Yeah, Jimenez is sneaky. Andres Jimenez is sneaky. Just randomly a 2-home run game, has done absolutely nothing outside of that. Interesting. Okamoto, he's probably pretty due, right? No barrels. That's the problem. Good fly ball ratio. Okamoto banned. I figured some of y'all would say that. Interesting. He's going to chase the hell out of that sweeper, though. I already know it. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm interested in Andres Jimenez here. He's cold. I don't know, but I'm a little. I'm gonna think about Andres Jimenez. The rest of these guys. Oh, weather's pretty good here too. Yeah, you kind of want a lefty here. Okamoto probably goes just to piss everybody off, but you kind of want a lefty here. Yeah, I don't see Jesus Sanchez in the lineup right now. He might play. I don't know. Uh-oh. Ah. I think Dalton's going to piss a lot of you guys off today. I'm not taking it plus 400, though. I'm just not. Will Warren on the bottom? No. Will Warren doesn't have any elite pitches. He's average with a four-seam. He's average with a sinker. He's average with a sweeper. He's just above average with a changeup, and he's decent with a curveball that he never throws. His main pitches here, both are average. Yeah, Will Warren doesn't scare me. Also, 0-2-1, 0-1. You can hit him, too. Multiple games with homers here. So, not afraid of him at all, but I just think I'm going to be a little picky on these guys today. I don't know. I think Okamoto looks the best from this perspective for sure. And Dalton Varsho's not bad. Throw the sinker in there. He's got no ISO on the sinker, though. Yeah, Varsho, Okamoto, and Jimenez. I'm gonna add Jimenez to the star. I think he's interesting. Yankees against Dylan Cease. I'm sorry, man. I'm just not doing it. I'm just not doing it. I'm just not doing it. Nice call on Ernie yesterday. Appreciate it. Yeah, Ernie looked a lot like how Jimenez looks today. And he was just a really good price, honestly. That was the big thing about Ernie, was just his price was outstanding. I don't care if you're the Yankees, man. Dylan Cease has given up 1 homer on the year. He's dominating people. I'm good on that. And what's their strikeout rank? Number 8? Yeah, bro. I'm probably good. Probably good on the Yankees today, realistically. C scares me, man. It's another one. Add him to the list. C scares me. McCullers does not scare me. I love Lance McCullers. Yeah, I love Lance McCullers. Zebby Matthews only pitched one game, so pretty hard to do anything here. Regression game for Cease? I don't know, man. 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, 0. Okay, he won 7 innings, too. Pretty hard for a guy who's done nothing. 2025, what does Zebby look like? Okay, 3.4, 1.37 HR per 9. Still a lot of strikeouts, though. A big strikeout guy, but he also gave up some homers. Okay. In his one start, his ground ball rate was 58%, which is nuts. Yeah, we don't really have any pitches to target because he's only played one game, doesn't done anything. Jordan's a total basis play today, let's be honest. Jordan's probably a total basis play today. Ryan Jeffers. We'll get there. Four-seam slider is probably the combo here. And I would say Jordan and Zach Cole. Zach Cole. Not a whole lot here versus righties. 3 homers, though. Zach Cole, hello. I'm gonna watch you. Jordan, I think, is total bases play. Oh, he's got a hella good zone rating, though. What's Jordan's odds? Is he going deep today? In the 200s. Plus 250, I don't know. 46 degrees, too. I mean, Jordan, like, yeah, he mashes. I would probably just rather take Jordan for total bases here, if I'm being completely honest. I don't like taking guys for homers in the 200s. I just don't. It's already hard enough to hit a home run. You hit a 3-leg with like Schwarber, Jordan, and I don't know, somebody else in the 200s. It's like a plus 5,500. You know how hard it is to hit a 3-leg home run play, and it plus you're just. I can't do it. If you want to take Jordan, he looks good today. I would say I'm going total bases or hits, runs, RBIs. Here's your Ellie De La Cruz, Jordan, hits, runs, RBIs, 2-leg. I like that. I really like that. I like that more than a Ellie Jordan home run play. I did not talk about Bell yesterday, no. Might be able to get some Ks going today. Cease, Miz, and McClain. Yeah, for sure. The only problem is those guys' lines are going to be stupid. They're like the equivalent of a plus 200 home run line. Yeah, what is it, 7.5 strikeout line? That's one bad inning, one singular inning without a strikeout, and you're done. It's over for the most part. Especially a guy like Miz. His pitch count gets too high, so he can't go 7 innings. He did last game, but like it's rare. For the most part, Miz is out by the 5th inning. You need 7 or 8 strikeouts in 5 innings, and it's like one bad inning, you're screwed. So I stay away from those strikeout lines. I stopped that last year. But I'm going to watch Zach Cole. I like him today. I think he's got a good price in the 500s today. I think that's beautiful. This is what I'm looking for. You guys keep asking me what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a guy who I think is worth plus 400 and his price is plus 500. That's it. Pretty simple. Jeffers, yeah. Jeffers looks good today. McCullers, mix versus hand versus righty, sinker cutter. How's Jeffers match up sinker cutter? Yeah, pretty damn good. Ryan Jeffers, hello, brother. Versus lefties, where he's more vulnerable for homers. We're looking at cutter, changeup, knuckle, curve. Left-handed batters here that we even care about. I mean, I guess it would be him, Josh Bell, but and Cody Clemens, nothing there. Tristan Gray, interesting. Yeah, I think it's Jeffers. I think it's just Jeffers. I like it. Boston KC. Boston KC. We're already an hour and 10 minutes, bro. Oh, fuck. Okay. Ranger Suarez, Bailey Falter. Oh. Wait a second. This doesn't make sense. Did RotoWire list this wrong? No. Bailey Falter's an opener now. Damn. Whatever. This game was terrible anyway. 55 degrees. This isn't really an ideal home run game anyway. One homer. All red. All red. All red. And you got terrible weather. Wind blowing in. It's cold. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest with y'all. I don't see it. Yeah, Abreu does well against that pitch mix, but yeah, a lot working against us in this game. Small sample size for him as well. Only one start, like bad weather and red EV. Skip. Brewers, Cubs, Ben Brown. Wind is blowing okay here. Not going to take anybody on the Cubs today, right? Nope. Not against the Miz. Miz is another guy that scares me. Throwing a 103-mile-an-hour fastball. If you hit a home run off that, I'll tell you right now, there's no data that's going to tell you this guy can hit the Miz for a home run. If you hit a home run off the Miz, fucking props to you, man. Holy shit. Props to you. I'm not going to advise anybody taking a home run play against it. And I don't want to hear it tomorrow because now here's what's going to happen. The Miz is going to get lit up for 3 homers, something crazy, right? And then someone's going to come in the chat again and be like, hey, Cubs hit 3 homers. Why'd your model not like them to hit homers? And I'm going to be like, because it's the Miz. He doesn't give up homers. He throws 103 miles an hour, like a 96-mile-an-hour slider. Yeah, like it just happened. Like called variance. Sometimes a guy gets lit up, but the data's not going to tell you that. I'll tell you right now, when you look at data, it's not a crystal ball that says this is going to happen for the one time of the year on today's date. This is the one time of the year the Cubs are going to hit 4 homers off Jacob Mizorowski. Look at his pitch mix ratings. You want to see his 4-seam fastball? Where is it? His average velo is 99 miles an hour. That's his average. Average slider, 94. Like, not happening. They can hit as many home runs as they want today. I'm not taking any of these guys. Brewers, Yelly. I mean, the guy's on fire. Bryce Terang looks pretty good today, too. Holy smokes. All right, let's see what Ben Brown's working with. All you BVP people, I already know Brewers suck versus Ben Brown. I get it. Ground ball pitcher. A lot of grounders. Hasn't really allowed much to lefties this year. What's he been doing this year? Is he good? Is Ben Brown good all of a sudden? Is he good all of a sudden? What the hell? Last year he was a meatball thrower. What the hell's going on? Oh, he's been in the bullpen. Oh, why didn't you say so? He's just been in the bullpen. I'm not afraid of Ben Brown. I'm not afraid of Ben Brown, bro. A little bullpen Ben. A little bullpen Ben. You think bullpen Ben's going to scare me? Hell no. Hell no. What's he throwing? Versus lefties, let's see Yelich. 4-seamer, knuckle curve, and changeup. 4-seam knuckle curve. Hello, Bryce Terang. Yelich, you're probably good against a changeup, aren't you? Yeah. Nothing against knuckle curve. It's just a four seamer for Yelich. Yeah, Yelich. Yeah, okay. I'll give it to you. He struggles a little bit against the four seam on power. Let's see. Knuckle curve, nothing. Four seamer, not a whole lot. Sinker, nothing. Change up on the outside. Okay. Nothing really there, but 2 homers back to back games. Starting to light it up. He's starting to light it up. Just got back from injury. I'm cool with Yelly. Terang likes it right down the middle. Ben Brown, throw that thing right there. I dare you, brother. I dare you to throw that four seamer right down the middle. Oh, I dare you. Knuckle curve, not a whole lot. Change up, not a whole lot. Really, that four seamer. Yeah, I'm cool with Terang and I'm cool with Yelly. Pirates Cardinals. I gotta take my daily bathroom break real quick. Pee. I gotta be right back in like 90 seconds. All right, because I just go too slow on these. Now there's a lot of people in the chat and the chat's active. I go way too slow on these streams now. They used to be 35 minutes. Now it's like an hour and a half. BRB. All right. God damn. All right. There's the other shitty weather game. This was the other shitty weather game. Pirates Cardinals. Mitch Keller, Matt Liberatore, Meatball Matt. Damn. It's supposed to rain. Damn. Also, Pirates kind of suck against lefties, even though it's Meatball Matt. Like, Pirates versus lefties, nobody's crazy. ISO, it's really just O'Neal Cruz. Like, Mitch Keller, not Meatball Mitch? No, not at all. Yeah. With the weather in this one, it's supposed to rain. I'm going to skip it. It's supposed to rain. Kamal Rocker, Sammy Perot. Tanner Gordon. Got another opener. Okay. MLB loves throwing their openers out. It's a big thing this year. A lot of fly balls from Tanner Gordon, too. I like that. 2.14 HR per 9. Now, here's the issue. 42 degrees and overcast with a 40% chance of rain. Okay. Okay. Kamal Rocker versus lefties. The sinker is the big one here. Let's look at the sinker. Kind of just spam sinkers. That's it. Rumfield has done nothing against a sinker. Great. Slider he's pretty good against, though. Yeah, the weather here is pretty bad. This is another game. It was kind of like yesterday with Kansas City. I think this is one we got to come back to it and see what the weather looks like in a little bit. Maybe a few hours. See if it's projected to clear up at all. But Berger looks decent today, and so does Foskey. I'm not doing you back to back. But Berger looks kind of decent today. What's he doing versus righties? Not a whole lot. Sinker. Lefties, slider. Interesting. What's Burger good on? It's not the slider. Ah, curveball and sinker. So that does match there, but fly ball and ground ball is bad. Yeah, nothing crazy. I'm gonna wait and come back to this game, see how lineups confirm, and then also see if the weather. If it's still 40% chance of rain, I'm not a fan. I'm not messing with rain games. I just don't do it. Because here's what happens: they start the game, it starts raining in the second inning. Pitcher comes out. Now the whole matchup's dead. Detmers versus Lopez. Haha, meatball thrower. Okay. Yeah, Joe Adele looks good. Detmers is home run stingy. Detmers is a good pitcher. 1-0-0, 1-1-0, 1-0. So no more than one home run in any start this year. And on top of that, it's only about half his starts where he actually allows a homer. And he was similar last year. 2025 at 0.85 HR per 9. He's about 0.7 right now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the A's today then because of all that. Kurtz against lefties, 57 bats per homer. Bangaliers does pretty well against lefties. Let's just see what it looks like. Four seam and changeup. Shea Langoliers, only one homer on that mix. 34% fly ball only. Pretty bad ISO, 174. Yeah, I think the A's are a skip. I think the A's are a fade, but now here's where we look pretty good. Right-handed batters against Jacob Lopez on everything except the sinker. See the highest pitch. Changeup and four seam. Let's look at changeup, four seam. Those are the two most vulnerable. Damn, Joe Adele, really good ISO there too. Yeah, now this is interesting. Peraza is interesting too. That's not bad. The past bedtime tag doesn't matter. It's only 143. This isn't that drastic of a difference. Like a homer and a double could make these even basically by the end of the day almost. You know what I mean? Like it's not that big of a difference. 143. If you're looking at like plus, if it's like a 300 difference or something, then I'm like, okay, it's pretty drastic. But this isn't that drastic. Pulled barrel percentage now. I just have barrel percentage. Right here. Barrel percent. What was I looking at? Hot cold zones. Nothing crazy in the zones, but I like that. Damn. A lot of hard hit contact here. A lot of hard hit contact. Nothing to show for it. A lot of loud outs. 318, 290, 318, 368 double. A lot of hard contact. Kumar Rocker scratched. There you go. Yeah, we're waiting for that game anyway. Also, yeah, I mean, home and road doesn't scare me too much either. Now, this I don't love, but I don't really care about his average over the last 3 games. I care more about his OPS. 15 looks fine. It's just his last 7 he's been struggling. I don't mind Joe Adele today. I don't think he's like the best play in the world, but it's a slightly positive expected value play, fair value. Like, he's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Soler, just too negative on the EV. Yeah, night owl, long drought. Good versus lefties. A lot more homers versus righties, but also like 3 times the plate appearances almost. Yeah, not a fan. Good pitch mix though. Could be a guy to get a hit today, maybe. Yeah, so it's just the price. I just don't know if I like the price. That's all it is. Yeah. I think it's just Joe Adell. Even Trout, pretty bad price for Trout. Yeah. Only 2 homers against lefties this year. Much better against righties. Not very good at home. I'll probably pass on Trout. I think it's just Adele. I just like the positive EV here. You can look at Zach Neto even though. Neto could be a back-to-back candidate. What's his bedtime looking like here? Okay, it's getting a little sketchy. 680 still not terrible though. It's not that low. But it's getting a little sketchy for sure. But a lot of homers in night games. A lot of homers in night games. Versus lefties too, he's a lot better. So Zach Neto actually could be a decent back-to-back. Good zones. 4-seam. Right down the middle. Changeup. Nothing. Slider, nothing to show. Angel's been trash at the crib, yeah. Neto and Adele. Adele, I would lean more towards him, though. Same probability. Both 21%. Both basically have the same line on the books, too. So, yeah. Joe Adele. I might just take Joe Adele. Call it a day. Okay. White Sox, Seattle. Anthony K, Bryce Miller, another opener. Dude, how many openers do we have? He's not an opener, though. Who's actually going to be the opener? That's what I want to know. They haven't announced it yet, but this is the primary, so. Golly. You can target both of these guys, though. Miller is the opener? God damn. How's Bryce Miller an opener now? 5 innings then. Is he going to do like the whole 5-inning opening, though? I hate when they add all this stuff in that's just so uncertain. Like, here's the thing. There's 2 ways teams do openers. Sometimes they'll do like you get an inning and a half, and then the guy comes in for 4 or 5 innings. But otherwise, I've seen teams also like the Brewers. They'll go like, okay, here, you get the ball for 4 innings, and then the other guy's going to come in for the last 6 or the last 5. They did that the other day with Chad Patrick and Logan Henderson. Both are starting at, I don't know, man. And Bryce Miller's not a bullpen arm. So I'm confused. That makes this read on Chicago very difficult. But against Castillo, let's look at pitch mix ratings here. They go slightly up, mostly similar. When did Miller become an opener? That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's right. Yeah, it makes it tough. Versus lefties here, 4-seam changeup slider. So Murakami's probably in play. Yeah, he is. Murakami's in play. Colson, he's okay. Fair value. Pretty decent here, too. But Murakami's ISO is just so stupid. It's just so stupid. 549. I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm just going to take Murakami. Okay. And then here, Anthony K. Righties get after him. My God. 4-seam sinker, cutter, slider. Holy smokes. 4-seam sinker, cutter, slider. Damn. J-Rod back-to-back candidate. J-Rod back-to-back. Keep it simple. That's all you got to look at. Seen enough. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to like Ref Snyder because he's got good stuff against lefties, but this pitch mix, particularly Ref Snyder, not great. Not great at all. Look at that. Negative, 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 negative. He's good against the sweeper, but everything else is negative. What's the sweeper looking like here? I guess the zone matches. If you can get a sweeper down and in, maybe, but that's only on 2 balls in play. Not enough for me to be moved. J-Rod back to back. That's all. Luke Raley, I don't think he's going to play against a lefty. What about J-Rod slumping tag? Doesn't scare me. Yesterday he hit a home run. He's coming out of that slump. He's coming right on out. That's a cold bat turning into a hot bat really quick. 2 zones matching too. Yeah. Yeah, his last 7 games are brutal, but he hit a homer yesterday, so I'm like, okay, he's out of the slump. 1 for 4 with a homer, but still. Look at this StatCast versus lefties. Last 10 balls in play versus a lefty, 3 homers. 30% barrel, 60% hard hits, 75% home run to fly ball ratio, 40% fly ball. Yeah, I like him against lefties for sure. And then the splits here versus lefties, 1,000 OPS. He looks good to me. He looks good to me. And on top of all of that, the most important part, you get a good price. Plus 470 for all that packaged together. Couldn't ask for much more. Could not ask for much more. Dodgers, Padres. I don't think I'm going to waste my time here. Lefties get after him, so yeah, Gavin Sheets. What's his pitch mix versus lefties? 4-seam slider. What's Gavin Sheets looking like 4-seam slider? Pretty good. Pretty damn good. Griffin Canning, only 1 homer and 3 starts. Griffin Canning's interesting. He just came out against the Brewers and walked like 90 people. 4 walks, 6 earned runs, 5 hits in 1.2 innings. He's another guy coming back from a long injury. A lot of good pitch mix ratings here. Heavy on the changeup. Changeup sinker. This looks like a changeup. That's like pretty much all he throws. Damn near. Will Smith is good against a changeup. So is Mookie Betts. But a lot of ground balls for him. Will Smith with a high fly ball rate, though. Only 3 balls in play against it. Small sample size. Very small sample size. Pages, only 4. Let's put all of them in there. You don't really. Let's just do change up 4-seam. That's all he really throws. Yeah, Will Smith is a little bit better there. Pages. Yeah. I don't know. Max Muncy's okay against it too. Good ISO. Mookie's got the best ISO, but only 10 balls in play. Maybe I think a shot on Mookie might. Oh my God, 500. Alshon Mookie plus 800. Still, that's where we got him. 10 on the pitch mix rating for Muncy, though. I do see that. He's good against a changeup. Yeah, Muncy could be interesting. Yeah, Muncy could be interesting. God, strikeout rate is crazy. He's not really due, though. Muncy could be interesting. I'm going to wait for that Kalshi line to come out that's like plus 550 and take Muncy there, maybe. But I don't know. Will Smith due? Not yet. He's only 8 balls in play since his last homer. All right. Gavin Sheets, pretty solid today. I like Gavin Sheets. Yeah. And then the last game here. Let's see. Man. Long shot central here. Ryan Nelson's a meatball thrower, but he's good at night. His meatball's coming on. Four-seam slider, cutter, sinker, honestly. Versus righties, 4-seam slider. Casey Schmidt. Yeah, I don't mind Casey Schmidt today for sure, too. I think he looks pretty damn good, too. Baldwin on IL. For what? What do you do? Strained right oblique. All right. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Yeah, Casey Schmidt. In this game, I think it's just Casey Schmidt. Harrison Bader hitting the ball hard, but too small of a sample size. Eric Haas, hell no. Eric Haas, hell no. Another guy with like no sample size. Swinging the bat too hard? Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Also, shout out, by the way, if you guys are using this and you're new to the tool, click on your profile like you see right here on the top right. Go to resources. There's a whole onboarding. I'm working hard on making videos for y'all so you guys are excited to understand how to learn how to use the tool if you don't know how to use it already or you want somewhere to start. I made an onboarding series. You can come here, watch these quick little videos on different things. Like we have one on just like the general overview of the site. We got one on how to find home run plays. We got one on what EV is. We got one on how the do leaderboard works. And then coming soon, we're going to have one on the hot cold zones, the tag system, parlay building, and using your watch list. So if y'all are joined and you're like, I don't know what to do, I'm just going to cancel my subscription because I don't know how to use it. Don't cancel. Just go to the onboarding and watch the videos. And then you'll get familiar with it and you'll be like, oh shit, I get how to use it now. It'll make your experience a lot better. So, yeah. Come use the onboarding if you don't know how to use it. If you know how to use it, you don't have to do it. So. Also, if y'all want to share your watch list, you can just copy the image too now, which is nice. Save it. Copy the image. You can send it, share it wherever you want. I'm not done with my watch list yet. Can you post the watch list again? I don't know. Maybe I'll post it in the WAP. I just don't want to influence this, man. I post my watch list and then suddenly it becomes the exact same watch list that I have. You know what I mean? It's like, well, then everyone's just gonna have the same stuff. I could post it, but I just don't want to mess with the integrity of the content where like suddenly all of the watch lists are just identical because everyone's just copying me. You know what I mean? But I can post it. I'll post what I have for now. I'll post it in the WAP right now. It's only going on the WAP though. It's not going on Twitter. So if you have access to rootbets.com, you'll have access to the WAP. Watch list from the stream. Here. Ooh, it's a nice clean 5x3, 15 players. That's a nice little image. I like that. That's smooth. Look at that. Look at how smooth that little graphic is. That's smooth. So, yeah, I'll post it in the WAP. Realistically, not everybody that uses the site uses the WAP, so it shouldn't affect too much. Like yesterday when I posted my watch list, only 51 people read it. And WAP.com. WHOP. WAP. How about WAP? Is that better? WAP.com. It's the right here. You go to resources, join the WAP community chat. That's where the community chat lives. So. What? 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 What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Now I'm confused. All right, chat. 28 homers across the day today. Looks decent. Number one game, Cincinnati, Philly again. Yeah, I think we know what we're up to. I think we know what we're doing. Today's gonna be a good day. Top due, 5 out of 6 is Blade once again. He can. Oh God, Trout looks top due as well. Damn. Oh, I see the song. Yeah, top dude, we got some guys that are due. Holy smokes, the fives today. We got only two of them. Trout and Blade. Well, it's not Blood. It might be Blood. It's not Blood. This is interesting. Both are the same probability, too. Not that great. Well, there you go. All right, chat. Do we need to raid anybody or no? Like, you guys tell me. Do we got to raid Book It or not? Thanks. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, no problem, man. Thank y'all. I'm excited for this tracking thing, though, by the way, chat. I'm very excited for this, to get the trends. I'm very excited for it to start giving me trends to help me make better picks. Some of that stuff, it's like, unless you're tracking it by paper every single day, like, you're not going to know. But now this is going to surface all the different tags, all the different pitch mix ratings, all the different do factors, and it's going to show you where you have a higher hit rate on your picks. Oh, it's going to be so sick. It's going to be so sick. What's this? I'll just go over it one more time before I end the stream. This is the watch list. So whenever you add somebody to your watch list, it's going to take and record that you picked them, as long as they're in your watch list when their game starts. So if you have them in your watch list before their game starts, once their game starts, it'll save them to your profile on the back end, right? And it'll say that you've picked this player, whatever. It's only for home runs, but so it'll pick this player. Like yesterday, I picked my watch list. You can see who your watch list was yesterday. These are all the guys that are on my watch list. It'll show you if they hit a home run or not. It'll give you some stats too. So yesterday I had a negative ROI. Obviously, it's only 1 day of data. Once we get to like 30 days of data, you'll have a really clear picture about your ROI and if how you're picking players is working or not. And it'll be able to surface trends about your picks. So after you get to 200 picks that have locked in, it'll start to give you trends about tags, do factors, matchups, all that stuff that correlates with players that you pick that are hitting home runs. So I don't have any trends yet, but like say I did, it would say like, oh, you pick players with this tag, and that's contributing to a higher hit rate than your normal baseline of 9.1%. So it's going to tell you basically what you need to look for on the site that's hitting at a higher rate than normal. It's going to learn for you. You're going to learn all the stuff about your picks that you like to take. No other site has this shit, man. Y'all can use whatever research tools you want. You can use whatever research tools you want, but this has been the idea the whole time. Why do you think the tags exist, man? Why do y'all think these exist? Why do you think we have tags for a night owl, a long drought? Yes, it's obviously very helpful to get quick reads on players, right? But it's all for the learning. Now we're going to be able to know. We've segmented players into all these different splits that they exist. And now we're going to be able to surface which ones are going to be strongest signals for you to pick home runs. All on one site. So make sure you build your watch list every day. Don't forget. And please treat your watch list like plays that you're taking. Don't just build a watch list with like 80 players, because then your stats and your tracking are going to be useless. Only take players that you would bet on, right? Only people you want to put in your watch list, or at least clean it up. By the end of the day before the game start, you can put as many as you want in there, but clean it up to the plays that you're interested in taking and that you would bet on, whether you bet on them or not. Only put in the players that you would bet on, theoretically, before the game starts. Otherwise, the tracking and all that stuff is going to be useless for you, because if you're just building a list with 50 people that you didn't ever plan on betting on, it's not going to actually give you any good data, and you're going to have a horrible ROI because there's not 50 homers a day. So, yeah, it'll surface your top players too. So once you get a bunch more data in here, it'll say like, okay, you do really well when you bet on Alec Bohm. You'll see your daily breakdowns too. Yeah. And you can save it and send it to people, whatever. Gonna be banging. Joe Adele. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Look at the most trending players in the watch list right now. In the last hour. It's all the guys I start. Damn. Chill. Anyway, how many do you have on your watch list on average? It's up to you. You do as many as little as you want. I mean, I probably have like 15 to 20. maybe less. Yeah, probably around 15, but all right. I'm gonna catch y'all later. I gotta go do some stuff, keep working on this stuff. Like, obviously, I stream and then I build this. Like, that's what I do all day long. I don't have much free time. That's why I don't post a lot of pics. Like, if I'm being completely honest with y'all, if you're joining rootbest.com, please do not expect me to post pics. I literally don't have the time. I'm trying to build you guys a product that is, you're not gonna need me to give you pics. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's supposed to help you guys out. So, Site's not Jesus himself for home runs. Who will tell you whoever knows homer is? Site is a great model to help identify player props. People use data and you got feel. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You'll be able to export to Excel or Word the watch list. I'll look into it. I know you take the picture. I don't know if there's like a way you can. I know Excel, for example, has a picture to Excel function. Like, you can just copy the picture. Like, if you copy the image and then you go to Excel and you go to like data, insert from table from image or whatever, it'll do it. But yeah, I can look into it.